Ray Nevae. Welcome back to my channel. I said welcome to my channel, but if you're new, welcome to my channel. My name's Ray, and I'm here to just shed light on things that people usually don't want to talk about or just never comes up, things like that. So today we're gonna be talking about love bombing. I'm gonna get straight into it. We're gonna talk about what is love bombing, why do people love bomb, if you're in it, signs, and then we're gonna talk about if you're in it, how can you leave, and then what red flags to watch out for. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so what is love bombing? First things first, I'm gonna read the internet definition. So love bombing is a manipulative tactic used by individuals, often in romantic relationships, to overwhelm their partner with excessive affection, attention, and grand gestures. It's like being showered with love and affection at the beginning stages of a relationship, but to an extreme, often insincere degree. So love bombing is hilarious to me. So say you're in this talking stage and this person comes in and maybe they know, you told them a little piece of your life, like your parents probably aren't there, or your siblings aren't there with you, or you're the only child, or maybe they just see that you lack that love that you need. Oh, they're stepping in strong. They're gonna get you expensive gifts. They're gonna show excessive affection to you. They're gonna reel you in. But why do they do this? Why do people love bomb? This is why. Strongly feel like they want you to be dependent on them. It lightens up their ego. It makes it feel like, oh, this person needs me. Yeah, so that's why they do it. They feel very strong, and you're gonna be dependent on their love, things like that. So let's get into the signs. Okay, the first sign is love bombers dump their information on you too quickly, their personal information. It could be your second date or so, and you guys are talking, and next thing you know almost everything. They're just spilling it out. But they do this for a reason. They do this to show you that they're trying to act like they trust you, like you're the only person they've told this to. They want empathy in the relationship right away. They want you to feel close to them. They want you to feel special. They want you to feel special for their benefit. They want you to feel special for their benefit. Another thing is intense declaration of love. They will always tell you how much they love you. Not how much they love you. They tell you, I can't live without you. I can't be without you. They will keep showing the affection to you, but it sounds good. It sounds really good, And at first I thought that too. It sounds really good. Somebody telling you that all day and all night long. They can't live without me. They can't be without me. It starts to get very unpleasant. Another thing is intense clinginess. Woo! They as the relationship move on, they start to want to do everything with you. And that's, I'm gonna always say that's good and all, because people can argue oh, why wouldn't you want to do that in a relationship? It's the intense part, it's too much, over the edge. That's what I'm getting at. Intense clinginess. They're just very clingy to you. They don't have a life outside of you. They want to act like they don't have a life outside of you until they get you, until they get your emotions, and they're gonna hold it in a little ball, and they're gonna play with it. Once they get your whole soul, your whole emotions, they're gonna hold it in a little bitty ball, and you're giving them access to it, and they're gonna go run away with it and play with it while you're emotionally torn. Okay, that got personal. Another thing they do is get you expensive or too many gifts right away. This is right away. This is in the talking stage, relationship about to happen maybe. They just start freaking, you're not in a relationship, you're not their boyfriend, you're not their girlfriend. They get you something really expensive. And you're like, oh, thank you. But, okay. Especially if they stop doing that when you're together with them. That's most definitely love bombing, guys. Another thing they do is ignore boundaries. So, sexually, I don't know how other people feel, but if you're going on a first or second date and they're doing like these crazy things for you, they're saying how much they like you, they love you, they're talking to you all day, they're really showing that affection. I almost said infection. They're really showing that affection just to get you in their bed. And you can tell them your boundaries. You can tell them your boundaries. And they still ignore it. Like, it's like, oh, but they're really good at what they do. They're really good at the love bombing. They have this way of studying you to the T. They study you to the T. They understand how you work. And they'll just start doing things that you like. Like, oh, I really like this. Is very sweet of you. And then they ignore your boundaries, and you end up doing things that you're like, wow, I did not think I was gonna do that. That's crazy. I did not think that. So yeah, they ignore boundaries. Another thing, they want you to be isolated. So this can be kind of on the narcissistic part, possibly. The next one is too, but this could be kind of on the narcissistic part, because love bombers and narcissists, they like to get you away from your family. They like to pull you away from your friends because you love them now. So it's like, well, okay. If you feel like you're being pulled away from your family or friends, please leave that person. That you should not feel like that. I can get really emotional with this topic because your family and friends are there to help you, are there to love you. You guys are meant to, all all be together. So if you got another person that you barely even knew, but you knew your family, and you decide, love can really mess up the brain. So you decide, oh, well, this person makes me feel really good at the moment because they change. This person can make me feel really good. And my family member is doing all this, that. So I'm just done with them. I cut them off. They isolate you. Now you have no family with you. Now, as soon as they figure out, dang, this person isolated their whole family, I'm taking all this person's emotions in a little ball, and I'm about to go play with it. They're playing with it. So, yes. Another thing is, this is kind of narcissistic side. They could lash out when you criticize them. If you like, hey, I don't really like this, or this isn't cool to me, they could lash out. Like, be careful with that. That's more on the emotional abusive side, role, things like that. But when they're done, like lashing out or whatever, they'll be like, oh, well, you know how good we are together. We're great together. That's just a little argument. We're great together. Things like that. And it becomes like a cycle. So you just have to be very careful with that, because they love bomb you. They love bomb you with gifts. They shower you with gifts is what I mean. And then they pull back, push and pull effect. When you want them, they pull back. When they want you, you go to them though, because they have this empathy thing. Until you get out of the cycle, you usually go to them when they want you. Next thing we are going to talk about is how can I leave? So now we are on how can I leave. First thing you need to do is create space with that person. You can even have an excuse. I don't know. It depends on if you're in a abusive relationship, But, create some space. Like, hey, I have to deal with myself today or myself for a week. Because when you create space, you can really sit in your thoughts and think about everything that has happened. Even journaling about what's happened and then looking back at it and seeing, is this person truly for me? How many times has this person did this thing and then flipped the script and did this other thing on me? Another thing is talk to someone, but not family or friends. It's hard to talk to family or friends because they have bias towards the person or bias in general about because they love you. So they're like, nah, I ain't messing with this person. Just talk to like somebody that's just not as close to you, or somebody that gives good information out, good criticism, things like that. A therapist, but a lot of people can't afford therapists. So I would talk to like a teacher, maybe, somebody that you have an okay connection with in school, things like that. Especially if you're like young. Another thing is recognize your vulnerability. So I'm very vulnerable. I'm very like soft and like, oh, okay, this person did this, I'm gonna go just because I want to make them feel happy. Watch it. Like, you really have to stand on your feet. No, but seriously, so like, just watch how vulnerable you are. Like, you see the piece of cake, are you just gonna go get it? Like, look around, see what's going on. Don't just go grab the cake. I don't know why I use that reference, but still, so like, don't just go, just know who you are, know yourself. So if somebody brings something that you really like and you're like, oh, just know, like, okay, so now I understand myself. So me personally, let's talk about me really fast. Since I know I'm really vulnerable and I can recognize it, once somebody tell me, hey, you want to go do this, or like a relationship that I was in, hey, I did this for you, I guess you don't want to do it because I did this for you. They keep saying that, and that gets to me. So it's like, oh, well, you did do this, and I do want to go and wait. I say, I rewind my mind, go back. What was I doing at first? What's the benefit of me going? What's the benefit of them having what they want? Is this a cycle? Things like that. So understand what's going on with that person and you. And just understand that they know how vulnerable you are before you even know. Okay, so that's all I have for you guys today. In conclusion, love bombing is when the person wants to feel adored and loved, so they do excessive affection, excessive things to you, but they usually want a favor after, which is manipulative tactics. You are being manipulated. You are being manipulated. I don't even know. You guys, you know what I'm saying. So don't go back to them. After you leave, please go talk to somebody. Please see somebody, because you could feel a certain type of way. You knew something was going on. Trust your intuition, because if you already know and you're like, you're like doing this swaying stuff, get out of it. Confusion is not love. Confusion is not love. You will know. So, please be careful out here, guys. I know a lot of young people are getting into situations where this is happening to them, things like that, and people don't voice it enough. So if I missed anything, please let me know in the comments, and then let me know if you guys would like me to do any other type of videos or any other type of topics for you. And that's all I have for you guys today. Bye.